welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. So this is another Pagan Portals, one of the itty bitty teeny tiny books. This is Western, and I always never know how to say this word, so I am sorry that I'm gonna mispronounce it. To me, it looks like Animism, but I could be totally getting it wrong. So this is Zen and the Art of Positive Paganism by a person, and I have no idea how to say their name. So this book covers the topic of Japanese belief with a little bit of a focus on Zen and like the Zen philosophies and some Japanese philosophies. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars. Once again, these books are incredibly small, less than 100 pages, so you can't really discuss things in a lot of detail because it's also not a very small font either, so it's not a lot of information in these books. And it didn't exactly really stay on the topic that I thought it would at all. So I must admit some ignorance on my own part for this one. I'm gonna be real. I never thought that Japan was counted into the West. I really didn't, honestly. I totally have gone all 27 years of my life thinking Japan, when we talk about Western and Eastern, I thought Japan was Eastern. I really did not know that it technically counts as the West. That is crazy. I did not know that. So all this time that we've been talking about the West, I've always thought Europe and like North America. Like, I don't even know, I think you would include South America, but I don't know. I really don't. We usually don't talk about like, where does the entire continent of South America fit into that picture? Same with Africa. Does it count as the West? Kind of. I don't know. But and like, where does Australia fit into that? Because like, would it be counted as Western? I don't know, but that's a whole discussion. I went down a rabbit hole for this, but apparently Japan does not count as Eastern, it counts as part of the West, which blew my mind because like, truly, I think of like the ancient cultures of Japan and China and India and all of the other little bits and bobs in the betweens, but those are kind of the big names you think of, right? The big like general regions of Eastern. And I always thought that like Japanese and the Shinto religion would count as an Eastern religion, but apparently it is included in the West. I did not know that, so I guess it's technically true, but going in, looking at this title, looking at positive paganism, I thought we were gonna take stuff from the East and apply it to paganism of the West. That's what I thought we were getting into. I also think of, and again, this word, animism, whatever that word, I always think of it as like, you know, more of like the shamanic beliefs of like, everything has a spirit. Think of like Pocahontas, you know, the Disney variant, where you have every rock and tree and creature has a spirit, has a name. That's what I thought we were getting into when it said Western. That's where my brain was going. That we're gonna talk about probably mostly Europe-based, but bringing in the Eastern things, but because again, I also didn't think Zen would count as Western. I thought it would be Eastern. But again, like, trying to find the answers to this was not actually very easy and very more confusing. So my ignorance, I did not know that's a thing, apparently, that Japan is the West. I don't know, I just always thought it was part of the Eastern practices, so from what I could find, based on Google results, apparently they count as the West. So that tripped me up. I thought we were gonna be talking about like how modern pagans in the West, as in Europe and like North America, are going to be looking at Zen practices from like the East and making this part of our culture over here, because it is a little bit different. That's not what this is about. That's not even close to what this is about. It is about Japan, which is fine. There are plenty of people who live in Europe and North America who are really intrigued by a lot of the Japanese culture and their beliefs and like these old school practices that we're kind of bringing into the modern world and into, again, I thought it was the West, but anyways, to over here. Like, people are really obsessed with it. I've known a lot of people who are heavily obsessed with going to Japan. They love the culture, and it's cool. Like, I've seen pictures of it, I've seen videos and vlogs, and it seems intriguing. I would be too afraid because I don't know the language and like I'm gonna step on cultural toes, I'm sure. Like, I'm cool just chilling in my little region of the world that I know, because like even just going to the roots of my ancestors that weren't even that long ago, like England is intimidating. So like I can't even imagine going somewhere, and like England mostly speaks the same language. Some phrases and words are different, but for the most part. So like thinking of going to Japan is crazy. But a lot of people love it. I know a lot of people who love Japanese culture, so they would probably get a lot out of this book. If that is you, this is the book for you. If you want to know more about some Japanese philosophy, Shinto, and Zen, again, it seems to be mostly a Japanese focus. I don't know a whole lot about over there. It's never been one of my hyper focuses, so I'm sorry if I'm not saying it correctly, but like, I don't know things. And it's not really philosophies or things that I'm really intrigued by. Like, if I'm going anywhere, I would probably be going to like Ireland and like the UK. That's where I would probably travel if I'm going anywhere. And like other people, you might want to learn about like, again, Japanese things. So you might really love the philosophies that are brought up here. And again, I don't know. I don't know if Shinto is just Japan. I kind of thought it was other places over there. Same with Zen. I don't know. So I am sorry that I do not know everything at all, really, on this topic, really. So that said, if that's what you're into, I think you would get a lot from this book. It was not what I thought it was going to be in the slightest. Like, I kind of honestly feel like the title is pretty misleading. I think it should have been labeled something different. If it had said, like, Japanese philosophy or Zen, Japanese Zen. I don't know if there's different variants over there. No idea. But, like, it just, I don't know, it didn't even feel very pagan either. So, like, it just didn't fit what I thought it was going to be. And other people kind of complained about that too. I don't know if it's just like I didn't know things. I'm gonna be real, when I think of Western paganism, I'm not thinking Japan. So that might just be me. Again, learn new things every day. So anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on all of this in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightlevelcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.